We just got back from one of our favorite book sales of all time. They have thousands of used books. We go every single year. This sale is a little bit away from us, so early this morning we packed up the car, we headed over there, we waited in the cold, and once we got in, we found so many amazing books. We have so much to haul for you guys right now. Last year when we went to the sale, we thought it was the best year that we have gone, and that definitely changed. I think that this year we found the best.
Every year it just gets better and better, and our expectations just get higher and higher, and they constantly meet our expectations. So getting no sleep is worth it every year. The drive is worth it. Everything is worth it.
We did just film this video, but the camera got none of it, so we're gonna go through it one more time. We have a lot of great books in front of us, so we're just gonna quickly haul them for you guys. This is like our third or fourth year going to this book sale though, so we have all the other years vlogged if you want to go watch those. Shout out Jenny. We met her last year at the sale. She was there again today, and she actually showed us around town because she's from that area. That's why we were able to go to their local library. We signed up, got library cards. We also went to a local bookshop, and we had a great time, so thank you so much, Jenny. Now we're just gonna go ahead and get into the books. We'll start out with the duplicates, meaning we were able to find 2 copies, one for each of us.
We found 2 copies of Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. I just read Normal People by Sally Rooney and absolutely loved it. I know this is her newer release, so seeing it there just meant we had to get it.
The next 2 that we got are Gothicana by Runex. This was the first book I read by this author. Loved it. Amanda hasn't read it yet, so I'm gonna reread it with her this fall season. This is just such a fun, standalone, dark, romantic, gothic type of novel, so I can't wait to read it this fall.
And it has sprayed edges.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
We got 2 copies of Book Lovers by Emily Henry. We haven't read this one yet, so I'm excited to see if we're gonna like this one.
Next pair we got is The Pairing by Casey McQuiston. We actually have a vlog of us reading Casey McQuiston books a couple of years ago, and we loved her writing, so excited to read this one. I think it's a newer release.
It is, and this one also has sprayed edges.
Beautiful.
For $2.
I mean, we couldn't leave them there.
We also found 2 copies of The Maid by Nita Prose. We know this is a really popular mystery thriller, and we know it's a series, so if we love this one, then we can read the next one.
One that I found in perfect condition is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I know this book was huge when it came out. I missed the big wave of it. I didn't have any urge to read it when it was popular, but I've read other V.E. Schwab books since then, and I've loved her writing, so I do want to give this one a read. You read it, and you enjoyed it, right?
I did.
So I'm so excited to read it, and it's a signed copy. It's got her little initials there, so I'm so happy with this find.
We found a copy of 2 Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, which is crazy. I've been wanting to read One Dark Window, so now I have book 2 ready to go.
Amanda found me a copy of Daydream by Hannah Grace. You just read this book and enjoyed it. This is book 3 in the Maple Hill series. I read book 1 with the book club. I did not like Icebreaker, so I didn't read the second book, but if there was another couple that I wanted to read about, it would be this one. So I'm gonna give this series another shot with this book. I'm hoping that I love it.
Lauren found One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. You've read this one. I haven't read this one, but I did read Red, White, and Royal Blue by this author and really loved it. So I'll have this one and the other one that we found to read by her.
One that I was excited to find is The Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. I've seen a lot of books by this author that I've been interested in, but I've never purchased one, so I can't wait to read this one. It says it's going to be a gothic and darkly romantic new epic fantasy series, and I'm so excited. Like, all of that sounds so good, so I'm excited to finally read this author.
We got a copy of My Year of Rest and Relaxation by Otessa Moshfegh. I know you read this and enjoyed it, and you own the paperback, and we got the hardcover, so maybe now we'll switch. But I've heard really great things about it, so I'm hoping I'll love this.
A romance author I've been wanting to read for a while is Jasmine Guillory, and this one is Drunk on Love. I'm hoping that I love her writing because I think I do own another book by her, but this one's another one that's like in perfect condition, so I had to pick it up.
We found a copy of A Loathe to Love You by Allie Hazelwood. Y'all know we're Allie Hazelwood girly, so it was exciting to see another one of her books there. And I don't have this one yet, so had to get that.
We actually found 2 Christina Lauren books there, and it was perfect because one of them's The Honeymooners, which we have read but Amanda has never owned, so now you have a copy of it. And we have Love and Other Words, which I have not read yet, but Amanda read it a long time ago and loved it, so I'm hoping I love it too. I heard that you should read this during like fall time, and I know it's best friends or childhood friends to lovers, which I want to read more of.
This was like one of my first romance books that I read. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Lauren found a copy of Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas. I do have a lot to read from this author before I get to this one, but maybe putting this on the shelf will motivate me to start the Throne of Glass series.
That was a good find though. They actually had a lot of Sarah J. Maas books. The two women that were at the same table as me, they were looking for the ACOTAR series, and they found 2 copies of A Court of Thorns and Roses and a copy of A Court of Mist and Fury. So they had those plus Crescent City, which I thought was fantastic.
And Tower of Dawn.
And they had Tower of Dawn, but we realized Amanda does own that one already, so we put it back. We picked up 2 Elle Kennedy books, the first one being Bad Girl Reputation, which I believe is the second book in this summer series, and I did read that first one and enjoyed it, so I'm glad that I have the sequel. And then they also had The Summer Girl, which I don't know if it's part of the same series or if they're all kind of standalone, but these will be perfect to read during the summer.
We found a copy of Happy Place by Emily Henry, hardcover for $2. We did read this for our Literal Besties book club, and I never owned the copy, so I'm glad to finally have a copy of it.
I found a Melissa Albert book, which got me really excited because I loved Our Crooked Hearts by her, but this is The Hazelwood. I absolutely loved Our Crooked Hearts, so I'm hoping that I love this one as well. It had a very gothic type of witchcraft vibe, and I think this one has the same thing, so I'm so excited for it.
We did find a copy of Starling House by Alex E. Haro. I do have this, but it's a hardcover, and this one's paperback with sprayed edges, so I had to get this one.
I told myself I'd stop buying multiple books in a series before I've started the series, just because a lot of times once I actually start it, I don't love it as much as I think I do. But this is a little bit of a different case because I don't even own any of the other books in the series, but I want to. And this is Mirrored Heavens by Rebecca Roanhorse. This is apparently Between Earth and Sky book 3. Look at the cover though. This is a series I've been wanting to read and just haven't got the chance to pick it up yet. So I'm hoping and praying that I end up loving this series and we'll read book 1 and 2 before I get to this one. It's signed though, and I couldn't leave it there. Like a fantasy series I've been wanting to read for so long, and it's a signed copy, like I'm gonna pick it up.
We did find Girl in Pieces by Kathleen Glasgow. I know this is such a popular YA contemporary book, and I do tend to like those. So hopefully I like this one just as much as everyone else.
That was such a good book. I hope you love it. I did pick up a Scarlett St. Clair book. I didn't realize this was like book 6 in this Hades and Persephone series, so I don't even know if this is one that I should have got because I don't think I've read a single book in this series, but I have read something else by her and I didn't love it, so I wanted to try out this series because I think I'll like it better.
But it's like book 8, right?
Yeah, terrible reason to pick up this book. I should have left it there. I don't know how it made it past us sorting through the books, but I have it now. Hopefully I start the series soon and I enjoyed enough to get to this book in the series.
So we found Promises and Pomegranates by Sav R. Miller. Lauren didn't like this one, so she was like, don't get it, but I know a bunch of girlies like it, so I have to see what I feel.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't just base it off of what you say.
I'm hoping that you like it.
Me too.
There's so many books in that series, but I just couldn't get past the writing in this one. So I want to see if you feel the same way.
I don't even know what it's about. Is it a darker
It's
romance?
a Hades Persephone inspired.
Okay, we'll see. You know, maybe I'll be into that.
My last book, definitely an impulse buy, and another one, didn't realize it was book whatever in a series, but this will be my first Raven Kennedy, and I've heard amazing things about Raven Kennedy. So this is Glow in the Plated Prisoner series. I don't know which book this is. It does say it's a seductive dark fantasy series, and it's book 4. I'm hoping I can find books 1 through 3 on ebook, and then I'll have book 4.
See, I wish that was explained to me because I would have told you no, ma'am.
Me too. No, I didn't realize it was book 4. I kind of thought this was book 1.
So you have 3 that are not number 1s in the series.
Yes, ma'am.
Cool.
Don't own any of the rest of them.
The last ones we have are the complete Summer I Turned Pretty box sets. I did not own these yet, so seeing this there, I had to pick them up. I don't even know how much she charged for these
I think she charged it as 1 book.
I think so too. I'm so happy I finally own this series though. I read this in middle school.
Yeah, and you now have the physical copy.
Finally have the physical copy.
And perfect timing because July season 3 is dropping and I'm counting down the days.
And the last one we found is Never Never by Colleen Hoover. They had so many Colleen Hoover books, but I know this one is kind of darker and it's one that I've been wanting to read for a while. So we just picked it up. But that is everything that we got from this sale.
And this was us being good. There were so many more that we could have gotten, but we were trying to be realistic. This is still way too many, but they're ones that we want to read soon. I did research recently count all of my physical TBR books, and it's an insane amount. I don't even want to repeat it, but I'm starting a new thing where if I'm bringing in a new book, I have to get rid of one. So however many books of these I end up taking home, that's how many books I'm going to unhaul on my physical TBR, because I mean, I'm never going to get through them all at that point. And I've got a lot of books on there that I know deep in my heart, like the time has passed, I'm no longer going to read. So I think that'll be a good plan. My physical TBR should not grow from this point on. It should just maintain.
You need a balance.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get through a lot of these though.
I'm ready. I think we've been reading a lot this year already. So these are all of our fantastic finds. Let us know in the comments if you've read any of these and which ones we need to prioritize. This was honestly so much fun. I think if we're gonna buy books, it's better to buy used books from like your local libraries and things like that. So we're gonna tell ourselves that we did a good deed today. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Reminder to join our Literal Besties book club if you haven't already. This month we are reading The Favorites by Lane Fargo. So that link will be in the description along with all of our bookish social media accounts. So make sure to follow us on all of those. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you guys next time.
We have not slept and the camera just stopped working, so now we have to do all of this again, and we were almost done.
Look at how many books we just got through. It got none of that.
So I don't know, maybe it was a sign we weren't excited enough or something. Our sleepiness was showing. So, take 2.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.